You're watching 10 Tampa Bay Plus. The holidays just around the corner. Of course, that means parties, lots of pictures, and plenty of festive gatherings. But before the hustle and bustle kicks in, now's the perfect time to give your skin a little extra care. Physician assistant and founder-owner of Bevel Up, Rashay Doyle, is joining us. And when do we really need to start prepping for all the holiday parties? Thanksgiving is, the last week in November, and then we start getting into all the Christmas parties. When do we need to kick it into gear?
Well, I would say the time is now. I just saw something that it's like less than 60 days until Christmas.
Yeah.
So that's about 6 weeks, not 60 weeks, but 6 weeks until the holidays. So you want to get those appointments reserved. This is the busy time of year for all of us, and especially for us this time of year.
What are some of the biggest skincare concerns that people come to you with this time of year?
Well, we're all getting stressed out, right? Because there's so much that's on our plates and so much going on, events and parties, and just making sure that we're getting ready for the holidays. So a lot of people will come in complaining of like acne on their face or seeing that their skin's getting a little bit drier just because they're not paying a lot of attention to their skin routine. And this is the time of year you really need to look in your cabinets, and you need to look at your skincare and change up a few things. A lot of things you might want to look at is your cleanser. Your cleanser might need to be changed, but also your moisturizer as this drier climate starts to come in.
What about skincare? What types of products should we be using now that we're in the cooler weather? If we are feeling a little drier, because there's a little less humidity in the air, and it definitely does skin start to feel a little crackly because we're used to it being so, nice and damp in Florida.
Exactly. So you don't want to be using a lot of exfoliation this time of year. You will need to exfoliate, but don't overdo it. Okay. And then as far as hydration, you might want to change like your oil-free moisturizer to something that's a little bit more emollient or hydrating. And then your cleansers, you don't want to have a lot of acids that are going to be stripping those oils off of the skin. You want to use a more gentle cleanser.
What would be some good treatments for people to do this time of year, and should there be anything we should avoid?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to avoid waiting to get your appointment, number one, because time is short and we want to get things done. And you don't want to wait to the last minute because there's some recovery sometimes from some of these procedures. So if there's any bruising, redness, or anything like that, you want to make sure that you're really recovered before that time. You don't want people to know that you've actually had some treatments done. A lot of treatments that we really recommend this time of year is just something to kind of boost the hydration in your skin. We've said this a lot already because of the drier climate. Hydrofacial, we talk about a lot here, is a great procedure for both men and women to use to help kind of clear out their pores, give that plumpness in their skin and that glow back. And then you have those who maybe haven't really done anything over this since the summer months, and they're really trying to improve the way their skin looks. Maybe some light laser treatments that have minimal downtime. And then if you really want to make sure your in-laws don't know that you're angry with them or a little stressed, you might want to consider doing some neurotoxins like your Botox or your Dysport. So lots of things that we can do. And don't stress about it. Come in and let us kind of figure out what that might be for you. Whatever your concerns are, let us do the work for you. We're the experts, and we'll come up with a good plan for you.
And if you are going to be doing things like Botox or fillers, you kind of want to let that stuff settle before you take a bunch of pictures.
Exactly.
Because you want it to really start to look more natural. And then if you try to go do something the day after you get it, it may not be your most natural.
Exactly. So you really want to make sure you're planning ahead and getting those appointments reserved.
And then asking a lot of questions too, because people really need to understand downtime, because everybody's skin's different. I know certain treatments can make me really red and it'll stay that way for a couple of days. So I have to be really careful because I can be really sensitive.
Yeah, for sure. You just really want to make sure that you're going to somebody who is experienced in what they're doing, and you want to make sure they're educating you. And then if you have other questions, please ask.
Last question for you before you go. What would be your go-to this time of year with minimal downtime when you get done, so you don't walk around for a few days with a super red face that's peeling?
My go-to would be a hydrofacial, or maybe even a light laser treatment that I could recover from in 3 to 5 days.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
All right. And where can we find you on social media?
We're at Bevel Up, and you can make your appointments and reserve them on our app or also on our web store.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you so
Rashay,
much.
thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Well, you're going to walk outside today and you're going to notice